But okay. So then the other argument that I've gotten when I've shared this same perspective with other people is that the question is this why other industry like rappers or producers, let's say, because he and Swiss Beats had issues at the time, don't give him that type of respect that he may deserve from them, maybe because they've all had issues with him, and I wonder sometimes if it's because they're looking at him like he's this cookie cut rapper that came into the industry and just blew everybody away.
But why would
where
you
he
say,
has no roots to say he's actually from this place?
I think it's a combination of things. What do you mean by in this sense?
I don't know. That's the best term I
think it's a couple of things.
Like somebody who is from the entertainment industry originally from an actor standpoint,
but
who played a character that people might look at like
people passed on him more than a few times.
Oh yeah.
So by definition, if you've been passed on a few times, you're not cookie cutter. And he was also a backpack rapper originally. Prior to that, that's not cookie cutter.
I think there's a bit of envy too. Let's just say it. Like, here comes.
You think it's just that?
I think it's a part of it.
Mind you, yes, okay.
From my point of view, I just see, who's this Canadian guy that's coming up, taking our women, taking our money, taking everything? like, fuck this guy. And like, what? You're this soft? Like, no, I'm gonna point it out that you're soft, but that didn't work. Yeah. And then, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I want to hate on him, but I can't even hate on him.
Yeah.
Because he's killing it.
And even if you did.
DMX said it the best. Yeah. Like, if someone was saying it, he's just like, I don't like anything about him. And then he said it. He's like, what gangster do you know that came from Toronto? In that interview, I don't like how he looks. I don't like how he dresses. I don't like this, that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then Drake made the move. He called him and he's like.
Took him out?
No, more or less. But check out the move though. He's like, yo, you raised. The story goes, and DMX says it. He's like, rest in peace. He's like,
I was gonna say,
yeah.
Rest in peace, DMX.
100%.
We are fans,
big fans. Yeah. But this is Drake's point. He's like, yo, you raised us. Yeah. Like, so I'm not even gonna say anything. So that's a big move. But he's just not he is the anomaly to this whole industry where if you're not of the streets, you're somehow affiliated, or you try to, and like to a block, or to a city, or to a group, or whatever. He doesn't have
Drake
that.
Said, "This is what I am. This is who I am. I just rap good and take me as I am."
But the way that he's saying it, I'm blowing up in your spot, but 666. Like you know what I mean?
Drake wasn't even the first. Kanye was the first to really open that lane.
Yeah.
As being a polo t-shirt wearing guy that wasn't.
I am what I am.
But he's already associated with Chicago. Look how many people have already come out from Chicago prior to that. What do we have? Like Cardinal Official. Probably, like, you know what I mean?
You're right, but I meant in the sense of being a rapper that wasn't tied to the streets, not in the streets and stuff, like, and showing that you could be a rapper and not have to be a gangster rapper or been like robbing people or whatever it is.
The reality is, like, I think you just summarized it perfectly, man. He created a lane. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To a level, at least. Like, even Ja Rule, like, he did some similar stuff to that, but Ja is affiliated.
Yeah. And so but that's why I think the best comparison was Kanye, because Kanye's from Chicago. Outside of that, where's Kanye from in Chicago?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess. That level of stardom, whatever it is.
It's more than that, though. It's more than that, though. He's from Chicago, but now he's got the ability to mess around with other Chicago people. Yeah. Then he gets the stamp from Rockefeller. Yeah. Now you're just somebody. Like, it doesn't matter if you're even anybody in that city or not, but now you got this chain and you're associated with this crew, which is the hottest crew. Who's Drake got at that point until he got to Young Money?
Yeah.
Now you became the man. So based on what his options were, bro, perfect maneuvering.
Yeah.
What could you do better than that?
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, so even some of the people that let go of him, I think it was a blessing. Like, I think Akon was one of the people that was going to sign him.
Yeah.
He gets there. I don't think he gets the same type of shine.
Yeah.
And you say that because Cardinal was with Akon and.
Right. That's where it might have even came from. That's where it might have even came from, right? But Akon, I feel like, is closer than anybody on Young Money to Drake at that time. Is that fair to say?
Okay.
From the singing, kind of rapping and doing that whole thing, right? But then you tie in Lil Wayne, you tie in that whole crew. They're having a massive wave right now. They're the perfect people to light that fire.
Yeah. No, it was a perfect setup. And I always knew back then at those times, it's funny how I came to discover Drake. I didn't even discover him personally. So I think I just graduated from college in New York at the time. And I was living with two women, and one of my roommates was this girl from Atlanta.
I just casually said two women.
Trust me.
But like one of them was like my sister, and the other one was like we went to college together, and so she was from Atlanta.
Winner, Daniel.
That's what I wanted to hit you with.
She was like born and raised, like true, like person from Atlanta, like Southern accent, strong and everything like that. And she was in the music industry, and she was interning under somebody pretty big or high up at Universal at the time. And one day I come home from work. My first job out of college, I worked for the Apple Store on Fifth Avenue. I came home from work, and she's like, Corey, she throws me the mixtape CD. Show you how throwback that is. She's like, I think you're gonna like this guy. She didn't say anything else. She didn't say where he was from. She's like, I think you're gonna like him, right? And I'm like, why? She's like, just listen. And it was that So Far Gone mixtape. And I heard him drop Toronto. I was like, oh shit. I was like, yo, we got people that's nice. You know what I mean? And then from there, I was hooked. Yeah. And that's how I got introduced to Drake, man.
I think mine was Paige's song. And big up Paige wherever he's at too. I think it was I'm Still Fly. I think that's when my first introduction to Drake came too.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say?
I'm just saying the wave's still going on. Like how fast, because of the level of skill that he had and the way that he was able to maneuver, I feel like for Toronto, even Canada arguably, he fast forwarded so much 1,000%. For the next people. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. So to me, like, so I think Vice, one of their Vice properties did something on Drake, and they attributed how much money this guy's brought to the city by just throwing like OVO Fest and just his affiliation with Toronto. Yeah. This guy has literally brought in hundreds of millions of dollars just based on his name and his presence alone. So I think at this point, by the time that interview happened, like he is Toronto. To your point, like I don't think it's like you don't need to beat the nail on the head. Like we get it. He didn't grow up how like a lot of us grew up. We get that, but he's already proved that you don't have to at this point.
Exactly.
He's been successful 10 times over.
Yeah. Even his affiliation to the Raptors too. That did a whole lot for the brand itself as the Raptors.
Yeah, and his business moves are crazy. Doesn't get enough shine. Like I found out he owns History, that club.
Yeah.
Like
I knew that.
In the beaches.
I remember when it was opening up. I remember.
He's got he is a part owner of Bull Rider too. The weed. The cannabis, like
but what people need to understand is like that creates jobs. That creates people who work at a counter, who you pay to buy your ticket to enter the venue. That the merchants behind the counter selling you the popcorn, the person who's controlling the audio equipment in that building,
serving the alcohol,
like that is him creating job opportunities, and that is the most important thing you can do for a city and a community.
If you just weigh the pros and cons, man, it's not even comparable. Right. You know what I mean? Like everyone wants to find something wrong with him.
And exactly.
They don't want to accept him.
Yeah. And these are just things that I wonder if these are the reasons why. And something like that, when it was presented to me, I was like, I wonder if this is one of those things. Like, is he cool or not cool to some of us for those reasons?
Listen, I think I saw an interview of him and he said he learns at some point in his career, you realize no matter how good you are, what you're going to do, you're going to have haters. Yeah. And you just gotta learn to accept that.
I was listening to that too.
There's gonna be a certain group of people. They're just gonna hate you.
You can't be lovable.
Not everyone's gonna want to fuck with you. It is what it is, bro.
4 are gonna like you, 4 are not gonna like you, and 2 are gonna be indifferent.
Yeah. So it is what it is, man.
But shout him out. Shout out the whole OVO camp. This weekend they would be having their whole OVO fest.
Yo.
I've already seen Envy's going to be in town. Ross is going to be in town. Jadakiss is going to be in town.
Oh, sorry. You still doing OVO Fest?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. It's a thing.
We need Drake to come sit out here. I mean, I see him on a lot of podcasts and interviews right now. Like, come on, homegrown Toronto right here. Let's get some questions in, man.
If ever, he'd have to invite us to his residence so we can do it there, because I've seen the amount of productions they do there. Yeah. I would love to go see that. I mean, if he wants to come to our studio pace, by all means, we can figure something out, but...
Yeah,
throw it out there into the algorithm.
Let's go. Come join us here.